Kia ora and welcome to Willoughby Park here in Hamilton, Kirikiriroa. It is the Gallagher Animal Management Week 3 Women's Premiership match. It's a replay of last year's final. It is Hamilton Old Boys, the home side. They've got about 3 games going on at 1 o'clock as well as the big one that we'll cover. But the replay of the final is Hamilton Old Boys, who are just currently walking out onto the field now against Melville. My name is Bevin, Jenkinson. I'll be your cameraman and play-by-play because I just have to prove to people that I can multitask. Alongside me in comments, Cam Annan. G'day Cam, what's the weather like, mate?
G'day, thank you Bevin. The weather is actually looking pretty good today. There's a bit of clouds in the sky, but the sun is out. A slight breeze which will come into play, but all in all it's a pretty good day out.
So, Old Boys out on the field, but we're just waiting for Melville. Actually, we did see them out there before, didn't we? We've been playing spot the teams, haven't we? Early up. Also, folks, just remember, tomorrow is Anzac Day. If you aren't sure, it is a special day, Australia and New Zealand. 106 years now it has been since the Anzacs, the Australia and New Zealand Army Corps, landed on the beaches of Suvla Bay in what was Constantinople, but now is Turkey, of course, or the Ottoman Empire it used to be. Here comes Melville. And for some it's a day off, some others it's a remembrance, isn't it, Cam?
Yeah, lucky for me, yeah, got their day off on Monday. Unfortunately for some, yeah, they'll be hard at work on Monday.
And tomorrow.
And tomorrow, yeah, can't forget about tomorrow. As the Melville team comes out now.
Jake Zurin, referee. He was called up late last year and refereed that final. It was a very good final, actually. Melville managed to take it out. They are missing quite a few of these stars. Stacey Fleuler, of course, with the Sevens, looking at Tokyo this year. Sevens is going to be a great one, Cam, and I reckon, you know, we're good favourites to maybe take out 2 gold medals there.
Yeah, fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
The Hamilton Old Boys side, though, very well stacked today. You've got a few Waikato players, Waikato Whara Palmer Cup squad members, the likes of Kennedy Simon, Ariana Baylor, Renee Holmes, and others. In the hands there of the number 13 for Melville. They're playing right to left as we look at it on the screen. I know what we're missing, Cam. Have you spotted it yet?
Pass. What are we missing, Bev?
There's something out in the middle of the field we're missing.
Oh, here we go.
It's usually,
there he is. He
usually the ball.
But he was a late call in.
It's usually the ball, but here comes Jake. I think he was having a chat to somebody on the sideline there. I thought to myself, where's the referee on? We are filming from almost the very top of FMG Stadium, Waikato here. Melville forwards out to the right. Both sides undefeated, yet to concede a point in their first couple of games this season. As the referee blows full time on. Kick goes down. Oh, there might be a little knock on to start with. Cam, maybe a case there of looking at what's coming, not maintaining the ball first, I think.
Yeah, you're exactly right there, Bevin. You know, early stages, probably a bit of nerves in the air, so yeah, they'll be looking to make sure that doesn't happen again early on.
So, Melville with an early scrum. Doesn't look as though there's any pushing going on in the scrums in this game. Crash ball there from the centre. There for the number 4 with Melville. They're midway 22, 10 metre line, Old Boys territory. Can they start off very well here with Melville? Old Boys hunting, but they might have just knocked it on a little bit there as the ball goes backwards. And Jake Zurin says we'll have a scrum, folks. Settle things down. Melville looked a little positive early up there, Cam, with ball in hand.
Yeah, very positive actually. Yeah, they had a couple cup balls there, strong running. So they're looking sharp here in the first half.
How about, regular people to my broadcast will know. Not a huge fan of the Chiefs, but a great win for them just out here last night, wasn't it?
It was a fantastic win. No one else like Damien McKenzie could have done that, in my opinion.
Right there for the halfback. First 5 has it. Finding one off runners, but good tackle there from the number 12 from Old Boys. Ball goes right hand side. Oh, bumps off. Advantage for a penalty, I imagine. Head high. Ball not going any further than 1 or 2 runners at the moment. Now Melville go wide to the right hand side. Nice little offload there. Inside the Old Boys 22 currently. And they've turned it over. Old Boys with the first turnover of the match. Chance to maybe clear their line. Now they're over the 22. Looking at their options. They'll find runners. Espedi Liner makes a good carry. Oh, pass just above the head. You know, Holmes picks it up, but there is an advantage being played towards Old Boys. And I think that one was offside there. Something you don't see a lot in the men's game, Cam, but penalty just outside their own 22 and they opt for a scrum.
That is true, Judge. Yeah, just noticed that. Yeah, correct. But yeah, both teams at the moment keeping the ball nice and close to the forwards. They've got the pods running, as a lot of people refer to.
So no weight in the scrums as Simon breaks off. Can't quite find Baylor, finds Holmes, does the cleaning up. Now to the winger, fires the ball inside, and so player ball and touch there.
Should nearly done well there to keep that in, but unfortunately not.
Dion Treadaway trying to hop, step and a skip down the sideline there, just couldn't quite stay in play. Shortened line out here from Melville. Old Boys not committing many players either to the line out. And a little knock on. Both teams at the moment, Cam, just guilty of not being able to hang on to the ball long enough.
Yeah, both teams early on, must be the tension in the air, bit of nerves. Ball not going to hand as much as they'd like. But plenty more time to go in the game here in the first half as well.
Yeah, what have we had? 5 minutes maybe?
5 minutes, about four scrums so far, I think.
Yeah, scrum for every minute. There for Baylor. Finding some runners there with Holmes. Holmes kicks it downfield.
It's a good little nudge there.
Melville cleaning up though. Does well on the 22. And well played by Old Boys. Made sure the tackle was made. They've gone quickly though. And not back 10 is the call. Baylor looking at her options. Was injury plagued last season. Not bad choices here from Old Boys, Cam. They had a scrum just outside their own 22. Now they've got a scrum inside the opposition's.
Yeah, they had ball through the hands. Nice little nudge into some space. Momentum going their way. They're looking sharp. We'll have a scrum.
There for Baylor. Finds Tahu. Finding some runners. Holmes looking for the offload. Can't get it. Back to Tahu. Only 6 metres out at the moment. It's Baylor. One off runner. And we are just blinded there by the stadium. One off runner. Can they get it? They've got him close. Not close enough. And we're just going to have to wait. The ball is over the line. Looks as though it's been held up though. One thing again. Cam, and then it is just one-off runners here. Nothing going wide.
Keeping it close to the ruck.
Outside those 2 passes.
Exactly right, Bevin. Yeah, they're keeping it nice and tight, nice and close. I've got the two men coming in, blowing it out. And they'll be happy with the scrum here. This is when you put your set pieces to play.
Gives it off to Baylor. And it'll be a try in the corner. Old boys have opened their account here early. Due to the uniqueness of our forming position, can't see a number. But 5-0 early.
I think it might have been Baylor. I think.
You haven't seen a pass come from Baylor?
I think so. I think it was off the scrum.
Yep.
Little dummy to the winger.
Yeah, well, Simon picked it up. She does that a lot, actually. And it really does work. We saw the Farah Palmer Cup last year. She picked it up. Actually, it won the game. Chelsea Alley managed to score. They were deep inside their own half, Waikato, against Northland. So she's very good off that back of that scrum. And in the Bees game, it does look as though Hautapu have opened the account over there. So 5-0 Hautapu. As Baylor looking to convert the try, and it's gone right and unsuccessful. So score remains 5-0. Melville, after an early start, Cam, look a little bit shell-shocked at the moment.
Yes, old boys, as soon as they got into that 22, a couple of penalties, a little bit of poor discipline from Melville there, but looking very sharp, keeping the ball in close. Melville will want to redeem themselves here. With the wind going against them at this stage.
Melville going the other way from the kick-off. Another member of the Farah Palmer Cup side last year. So the ball's being flung out wide. Cleaned up by Tahu, now Holmes. And she's trying a little forward pass. There's Renee Holmes. Former, well, not former Blackfern, but current one at least. Montesa Tyrakina.
You got there?
Being involved in a few of these plays at the moment, alongside Lunita Nalu in the centres for Old Boys. Now Melville was a chance inside Old Boys half. Played there, picking it up in the half volley, allowing the feet to do the work. Near the sideline, but they'll have to move it right.
Ooh.
They do. Someone flying off their line there, but not connected. And Old Boys have turned this back over. So look at their options now. Oh, what a dump! And it has been ruled above the parallel, through the parallel. Baylor goes quickly though.
It's good offload there.
Baylor quick to her feet, face half back again. There for Tyrakina. Now the number 3 from Old Boys. And I intercept from Melville, but she's going to be shut down pretty quick. Loose ball, cleaned up now. Can they get out of their own half and maintain possession, Melville? Got to find a hole. Can't find the offload though. 5 metres short of the halfway line. Some nice ball movement out to the wing. Holmes to beat, but she's going to cut her down.
That's a very good tackle from the fullback. Try saving.
And Lanita Nalu has booked over this one and pinched it for Old Boys. Baylor with a box kick that's been charged down. And I don't know, cleaned up by Baylor though. appearing in everything at the moment. Cloppers finding an offload there too. Partner in crime and lock. Now it's Fetty Liner. Holmes has it. To Nalu. Tarakina. Back to Holmes. Holmes dancing in back, can't get away. The boys might have to be careful here for giving away penalty, they don't. There's a nice little inside ball there. An advantage being played Old Boys' way, and it's offside. Fina Tangent featuring quite heavily, the number 3 from Old Boys. And they're using the ball carriers at the moment, Cam, very well, aren't they?
Old Boys definitely looking sharp at the moment. They've got good carries, good runs, the backs are doing their jobs, little side steps here and there. But everything at the moment, which is good to see, it's fun to watch.
Tell you what, that well, it was called a old-fashioned spear tackle, but it can't have been too far away from being legal. Jake Zurin's actually in a better position than we are, of course, but tell you what though, that would have hurt.
Yeah, it was a very good tackle, very good tackle. It's ones you want to keep in the highlight reel, but unfortunately it was,
illegal.
Illegal.
For Tarakina. Tarakina with number beat, she is going to go in. Old Boys, they have their second, it's 10-0 kick to come.
Old Boys getting into their 22 and using it very, very well. Seems like as soon as they get in there, they're looking to score. Tries are coming for them. 10-0.
And you know what, Cam? When Old Boys scored their first try, how Tapu scored their first? That's exactly what's happened again. Old Boys scored their second, how Tapu scored their second in the development game. Copycats. Old Boys, they just seem to be using their ball better and making better decisions.
They're getting those short balls and inside balls as well, which is really cool to see. Keeping the forwards nice and close to the rucks, and then they're drawing all the defenders in and then spinning it wide, and it's just working. Game plan is working very well for them at this stage. Tough kick here for Baylor.
Just inside the 22 on the 5 metre mark and from touch, and not a bad nudge at all, but it's going to just stay left, stay to the right, and conversion remains unsuccessful. 10-0 Hamilton Old Boys lead after 14 and a half minutes.
Bit of glare on the screen.
Bright sunny Hamiltonian day here. Don't forget, game starts at 2:45, folks, but please do be aware we have to change locations. Even though it's going to jump across the other side of the stadium, Cam. There's a bit to carry, isn't there?
Yeah. It's a good warm up. Get the lungs pumping for the next game.
Yep. Hamilton Old Boys taking on Hautapu in the men's Premiership, round 1, week 3. Baylor on offload. Therefore, Tangent. Melville have pinched it now out of the back of the ruck, and again they just can't hold on. Copper's cleaning up inside her own 22, and they'll come back to the knock on.
Old Boys actually making some very good tackles here as well. There's been a couple there, try-saving tackles.
Well, that one there, Cam, if that hadn't been made, would have been a very interesting foot race.
And what a tackle it was as well.
So, to apologise, people are probably realising that number 4 is Jade Coates. It's Leomi Cloppers on the number 5 jersey for Hamilton Old Boys. Try and back your systems as a commentator, Cam, when you're also doing camera. It doesn't always work. Little chip in here. Where's it going to land? It's going to land safely. The ball almost does a 90-degree turn there. Nice little leg spinner.
Yeah, nice little nudge there. One bounce to touch.
So, Kennedy Tahu, that's playing first 5. Probably thought I was joking, Cam, a couple of weeks ago at Melville when there was rusty poles in the way, and I said, there's always going to be a pole in the way. I bet you're believing me now. Is Melville cleaning it up at the back of the line out. Going right hand side through their first 5. Passes just aren't quite going to the breadbasket at the moment, but they are finding hands eventually. So Melville get up towards the halfway. Now they come left. Number 5 just tucks their head down and goes strong. And it's a penalty. No release in the tackle.
Bit of discipline here from Melville early on. Been a few penalties in their own half.
Well, I have that 5-1 actually.
I think you're about right, yeah. I did actually write it down in my notes book, but unfortunately I haven't been keeping track.
So, Melville having the 5 penalties. Good touch finder from Baylor. Finding about 13 metres out from Melville's try line at the moment. It's Itomi Oka with the throw, finding Coates. His runners there. Tangent trying to support her out. Baylor onto the number 6 who shows and goes herself. Tahu inside ball to Tangent. Gets out of one tackle. Baylor having to go and dig for that from the bottom of the ruck. Off to Fetty Liner. Big tackle on her.
We've got numbers to burn on the left here.
Yeah, it's an intentional knock on there. The tap and go. Holmes will hand it off. And Old Boys, they're in for their 3rd try here. And it's Dion Treadaway who's scored for Old Boys. 15-0, kick to come. And it's simple stuff being shown by the Hamilton Old Boys woman here, Cam.
It is. You're exactly right there, Bevin. Like I said, mentioned a bit earlier, they're keeping those pods close to the ruck, getting the forwards there, securing the ball, drawing all the defenders into the middle. And at one stage there was about 4 players out wide on the left for us, free. Quick little tap. I'm enjoying the quick taps, which you don't see a lot in the men's games.
No, you don't.
So it is quite cool to see. It means the game's playing at a quick pace. And your Old Boys looking very sharp at the moment here in the first half.
Yeah, Renee Holmes, she could have gone in herself, but shows she's a very nice lady. Actually, had a bit to deal with her. Interviewed her last year as well. Yeah, very down to earth, and she just managed to pass it off to her teammate Dion Treadaway. And Old Boys on for their 3rd. Baylor, can she add the 2 this time? She can! Treadaway conversion is successful, and Hamilton Old Boys lead 17-0 after 20 minutes.
Melville just having a couple things to work on here. Ball handling not going to hand. They are doing a good job of picking up the loose ball. And just a slight bit of discipline when it counts as their own 22.
Now kick off again. There for Kennedy Simon. Always seems to play with the bandage around her head. Keep the hair out of the eyes. There's a loose pass here from Old Boys. Cleaned up though. A couple of metres inside their own 10-metre line. Number 7 runs quite strong. Baylor looking for quick ball. A couple of metres inside Melville's half. Old Boys going forward most of the time with ball in hand. Finds a hole. And it's over the 22 metre line. Another offload there. Baylor finding a hook out. And Tangent gets a bit tangled up. And it's actually a knock on from Melville. So Old Boys will have a scrum, a couple of metres inside their own 20, inside Melville's 22.
Old Boys using that space, line breaks after line breaks, and a lot of possession coming their way here in the first half. Scrum just in front of the posts, 2 line. This is when you bring your backs into play, get those set pieces together.
So scrum there, Simon Baylor. Little tip through from Holmes, but it's going to be too far. Nice little nudge there from Holmes, but too much weight on it, Cam.
Yeah, we did see something like that. The test game the last 5 minutes, if you remember seeing Damien McKenzie kick it out the back. So it's good to see that, yeah, Hamilton alike. And just like the Chiefs last night, I'm sure Old Boys will redeem themselves.
Melville will have something to say about that, I'm sure. So 22 metre restart. Goes short of the 10 metre line. Cleaned up by Oka. There for Baylor. Now to the Anderson. And it's the second forward pass. Maybe just pushing things a bit too much, Cam.
Yeah, looking to get the ball wide. Unfortunately, that wind will come into play as well. A couple slip-ups with the forward passes, but all in all, Boys looking sharp out there. Ball is going to hand. Melville, you're not going to the bread basket. They're doing a good job of picking those back up. So we'll have a scrum.
So Melville with the ball just short of their 22. Old Boys making their tackles count, and they are. Cam, you said it earlier, and that's a probably the third one in the last 5 minutes where Melville have had the ball, but Old Boys tackling is just is what's telling.
It is definitely good tackles to see out there from the ladies. It's always good to see some big hits put in, and yeah, there's been a few knock-on scores from tackles.
So Old Boys with the ball midway 10 metre line, 22. Tahu with another chip through. Just begging Melville back at the moment. There for the number 21. Melville on their own 5 metre line now. They've got a penalty advantage coming. Old Boys might have just been up there too quick. This is a kick downfield. And I was just going to say that was an interesting option to kick the ball in field if it was a scrum advantage, but no, Jake Zurin said we'll come back to the penalty, ladies. Old Boys up just a little too quick.
Yep, Melville there looking all right on defence at this stage. Old Boys spending a lot of time in their 22, but we'll have a offside call. Not many have been given by Old Boys so far.
Anyone out there in rugby land wonders, another unique piece about Willoughby Park, especially on that far side, you can see it's quite dark because of the trees and they're dangling over it, but the ball does hit the trees, the ball is out. Doesn't matter what happens after the ball hits the trees. As soon as the trees are hanging over the touchline, and the ball comes in contact. Not out cricket though, 6. Wind just picking up quite a bit. Smaller left to right at the moment. Melville have won their own line out. Good storming run here from one of their players. Here's the lock. Coming out left is, ball not quite going to hand. Still inside their own 22. Oh, there's a big wacky do going in there from Old Boys. But Melville still have it. They just haven't really gone anywhere territory-wise. Great blowover from Old Boys. They've pinched it as well. Momentum is just really going their way at the moment. There with Tidia Anderson. And Melville were being penalised for an offside. When momentum's going your way, Cam, it's going your way, isn't it?
Exactly right, Bevin. I'd just like to bring up the fact it's not very often we get that old wacky do saying out here. It's good to see.
I only bring it out for the special occasions.
It's a rare occasion, folks.
Tangent making some metres. Baylor up to Tahu. Goes out wide with Holmes. Now it's the number 14. Can she make it? Kalera Singh, and the try has been awarded. Looked pretty good on our angle.
Quick ball movement, just simple hands through the back line. Quick ball from the number 13 there for Old Boys. Able to capitalise on it.
Again though, Cam, simple rugby. Nothing silly, nothing fancy. It was all just quick, easy ball. And the only thing that was different that time about the try being scored is that Hautapu had scored their try before that one was scored.
You must have eyes in the back of your head, mate. You're keeping good at checking of everything, aren't you?
Multitasking, mate. Bit of multitasking. Commentary, camera, and watching behind me. It pays when you're an ex-referee, you know the difference in the whistles, you know. Had a quick look around at one of the switches there, might have been a penalty, and I'd seen that Hautapu in the development game, behind us, had scored. As Baylor can kick a second conversion. This one's quite low, and that's to the left. So score remains 22-0. Old Boys lead after just about half an hour gone.
We're spending a lot of time here in the Melville 22. They'll be looking to get the ball down the other end, get some more territory, get some more possession.
Hope you are enjoying week 3 of the Gallagher Animal Management Group Women's Premiership, brought to you by Bev's Broadcasting. Bevin Jenkinson with Cam Annan on comments. Let us know where you're tuning in from, who you're supporting. Can't get around to comments during the game, but I do read them afterwards. Simon cleans it up, the kick-off. So loose ball, it's gone backwards, says Jake Zurin. And now there's a penalty advantage coming Old Boys' way, might be for height. There for Jade Coates. Now Tahu kicks it downfield. And it's a good little touch find to Cam, and then Old Boys at the moment just peeling the Melville side backwards, aren't they?
Piercing that corner with the good kicks. Nicely weighted. They're definitely using the wind here in the first half. So we'll have a line out. Melville ball just in front of Melville's 22 line.
They've won their own ball. Melville with their lineouts have been pretty good so far this game. over the 22-metre line. Inside the 22. Still got ball in hand. That's the main thing for Melville, but they've been shut down very well by the Old Boys' defence. They've had a couple of attacking opportunities, but not this time, as Leonie Kloppers has just pinched that one in the tackle. There for Tangent. Afina Tangent with another bustering carry. Tahu off to Holmes. Holmes has a couple of tackles on it. Oh, what defence there from Melville. Anderson. There's some big ones coming in. Setting up right hand side is Simon now. Making a metre or two. Stolen by Melville, but no release in the tackle. Simon did have her knee on the ground. Tackler must release, and they didn't there.
Melville at the moment doing a good job of scrambling on defence. Old Boys, it's almost like it's on replay. If you notice, they're using those two pods, getting all the defenders in. As we have a quick tap here.
Sophie Light. Oh no, Billy Liner tries to reach out and ground it. She can't. Sophie out. Billy Liner and Melville get out of that one pretty good. Well, in the end, Cam. Bit of luck going their way.
I'll tell you what, Bevin, I am very much enjoying these big hits. There's been a lot of times you probably hear me in your ear going, ooh. Some good tackles, try-savvy tackles we've seen as well. But we'll have a scrum, 5 metres out.
In the development game, Hamilton Old Boys have got on the board there. We don't have a score from there. I know that Hautebe have scored 3 to the Old Boys 1. Here's the number 8 from Melville, breaks off. Finds a one runner, making some metres, 10 metres out from their own line. And another penalty. Hands in the ruck is the call against Old Boys. And a touch finder just outside the 22 there of Melville. Shorten line out to 4 currently, and it's a short throw to number 1 in the line out, back to the hooker, up to their own 10 metre line now. Melville making some metres, and there's a lock on, and Cameron in. That's the second time now seen a player under no pressure and looking at her options before she's really got the ball in hand.
Yeah, Melville with a bit of momentum there. They'll be disappointed with that one. Finally getting out of their own 22. Ball's going to hand now, a lot better than it was earlier on. One thing I have noticed with Melville, I don't know if you've noticed it, Bevin, but I've noticed when they're coming onto the ball off the rucks, they're not actually getting a lot of depth in their runs, which could have something to do with the ball handling.
Yeah, it's probably the difference at the moment. Old Boys run-off runners have been very well in making the metres. Now to tread away one of Old Boys' scorers, back to Baylor. Tread away having to play half-back. There for Anderson. 4 minutes shy of half-time. And just getting shuffled, and it's going to be a penalty. It was Nisha Hamilton who had ball in hand, but a knock on there from intentional knock on from Melville, concedes another penalty. And the touch finder finds the trees, so does the camera. No criticism about my camera work today, please, Cam.
No promises. You've got 2 games. You gotta show yourself you're doing well so far.
It's a bit dark on camera, but even from where we are, it's not the easiest to see, is it? In that far side. Now through the backs of Old Boys. From the number 12 off the centre. She's going to get her second. Right side. Oh no, it's a great tackle from Melville, but she's going to crash over in the end, and it's Montessa Tairakino that's crashed over, and Old Boys have their 4th. Their 5th actually. 27-0 kick to come.
How good is the hands there from one side of the pitch to the other? Found a hole, nice little offload. Hamilton Old Boys doing everything right at the moment. Very sharp.
Just short of the 22, 6 metres in from touch. Old Boys seem to be making Baylor kick the conversions almost from the same spot at the moment. As I tell you what, Baylor says, score them wherever you like, ladies. That conversion is over, and it's 29-0.
Baylor, second kick there at that point. First time, no issue, straight down the middle. 29-0. It's Hamilton Old Boys here with only a couple minutes to go in the half. And we might see a little bit better, I don't know if you've noticed, but the wind will come into factor. It'll be behind Melville's back in the next half. So we might see a little bit more territory from Melville, hopefully in the second half, or they'll definitely be looking for it.
Oh, well punched from Melville. The kick just managed to get over the 10-metre line. And now they're inside Old Boys 22 for the first time in a while. Quick one-off runner out of the line from Old Boys, slowing down play a little bit. But Melville still have it. There for their centre. Manages to get away from the tackle, and they get a penalty. No release in the tackle is the call from Jake Zurin. Here for the number 1. Takes some stopping, she does. The lock now about 16 metres out from the try line. And it's an offside call. That penalty count, Cam is counting up against Old Boys at the moment. As the Melville side are 5 metres short of the try line. There for the number 1, 3 metres short. So one-off runners they're going to do for them at the moment. Nice little offload coming in here from Melville. Very close to that line. Now the winger, what can she do? Oh, some great tackling from Old Boys. Melville looking at their options. It's called for truck and trailer, but Melville have crashed over. Coming in, that was well deserved from Melville. Their pressure just told in the end, didn't it?
They'll be so stoked to get some points on the board before half time. Old Boys doing a good job of defending there, but Melville obviously showing they're too strong. Had some good runners, charged over, and there's a few good runs we've seen from the number 1 there from Melville.
We are just short of half time here. 29-5 to come. Melville played with some vigour there on attack, Cam.
Yeah, they're definitely getting hungry. They're looking like a different side at the moment. With a bit of territory, they've finally got down the opposition's 22 and capitalised.
So 16 metres in from touch, left-hand side, closest to the stadium, if you know Willoughby Park. the number 13. Charger coming in pretty close as the conversion is over. 29-7, and that is half time here at Willoughby Park. Week 3 of the Gallagher Animal Management Group Women's Premiership. Cam, what are the sides going to be saying at Oranges?
My guess, Melville will be looking to pierce that same corner Old Boys have been doing all day, looking to get some territory, get some more possession, ball in hand. They've got a momentum behind them, and Old Boys just looking to keep that lead up. And we'll be back in just a few. 29-7.
And the silence is so
get lost inside my thoughts, and when I start to think, oh, the tunnel closest starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep, I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't want to die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I want to say goodbye. I forgive the pain you gave to me so long ago. Sleepless nights I laid awake just begging to let go. I almost got to suicidal thoughts, but you stepped in. An angel sent from heaven showed me how to live again. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down.
Alright, second half about to get underway here at Willoughby Park in Hamilton. Kitty Rower, Bevin, Jenkinson, camera and play-by-play coming in and comments. 29-7, Cam, we're just talking off here, weren't we, that old boys, when they've got ball in hand, they're strategically smarter about what they're doing. Melville at times a little bit confused, it seems.
Yeah, we have mentioned it a couple of times, and you will notice if you're watching, they'll get those two pods, get in, either go blind or into the open. They'll get two pods going, bring all the defenders out of Melville, and then fling it wide, hands through the back, and it's working every time. And Melville, as we were just discussing as well, having a bit of trouble getting off the line and getting the ball as they're on the run, so they're catching it when they're still, which is why they're getting a bit of ball handling issues. So they'll be looking to improve on that. They've got the win behind them in the second half here.
Don't forget, coming up after this match, we will be bringing the Premier A game Waikato Draft Round 1 Week 3 between Hamilton Old Boys and Hautapu over on Fred Jones Park. Willoughby Park, where we are at the moment, is just to the left of FMG Stadium Waikato. Fred Jones Park is behind the Brian Perry stand here at FMG Stadium Waikato. As Jake Zurin says, let's get the second half underway, girls. Down to Melville. So, good carry here. A couple of runners in this game that just takes a few defenders to bring it down. The old saying goes though, player can't run without their legs. Number 13 from Melville sizing up her options. And it's been stolen by Coates. There for the number 21 from Old Boys, Kelsey Kennedy. Baylor off to Fetty Liner. Tackled 10 metres short of the try line. Old Boys looking positive with the ball in hand. Tahu cleaned up now by the number 17. So Old Boys have been running some changes at half time. Back inside to Torakina. He's just 4 metres short of the try line. Therefore, Tangent just a metre short now. One off runner, can she get there? Try awarded. Cameron, that was quite similar to the Melville try, wasn't it? Bit of patience being shown. One-off runners not always working, but not always going forward, but they stick with it and pressure told.
Great start here for Old Boys. Yeah, just like you mentioned, pretty much following exactly what Melville did in their try. Again, using those forwards wisely, keeping the ball in hand, and the backs doing the job. And it all came off that little steal there from Jade Coates, which we were again talking about in the break there. She's been playing very, very well, making some good tackles on some big women out there.
I think that's the second or third one. Someone's gone in for the tackle and she's pinched it.
Yeah.
Legally too, you know. No knees on the ground or anything, so she's quite entitled to strip the ball. Baylor, who's been on form in some difficult positions, can't quite convert that one though. Score remains 34-7.
Melville will be looking to get some points on the board. Get some more points on the board, should I say. They've got the win behind them. They'll need to pierce those corners, get some more territory, put some pressure on Old Boys.
Conditions really haven't changed much out there. It's been a very nice sunny day pretty much in the heart of Hamilton. Nice day for some running rugby is what old boys would be saying. Oh, and it's a knock on the ball, not being able to find Benita Nalu.
Right idea there though, right idea. The cut was on. Old boys finding it very easy to find some holes in the defence at the moment.
Oh, and also just to be able to pass those back inside balls. They've worked other than that one. Hence why the scorers at the moment are stacked in their favour. There for Melville, up towards the 10-metre line. Old boys looking to walk over it. Melville have penalty advantage though. A couple of the old boys players left their feet. That is the call.
So the kick for touch, just on the 22 mark. Melville with a bit of territory. They'll be looking to get some more points on the board, put some pressure on old boys here. Looks like they're going for a shorter line out.
Yeah, both sides haven't really been throwing all 7 forwards into their lineouts. Melville wins their own one again though. They haven't had many successes today, but their lineout has been one of those. Halfback looks right and goes left anyway, onto the 22-metre line. Flung to the wing. This time we've seen really the ball being shuffled from one side to the other. Player lets the ball go and gets back up on her feet, but well shut down in the end there, Cam. Tackled him to touch.
Yeah, Melville getting it through the hands of the backs, what they haven't managed to do quite so well in the first half. Managed to get it over to the side, but old boys defence again proving that they're dominating.
The throw from old boys isn't straight. Look a bit wobbly, and Cam, that was picked up as well.
I was just about to mention that, yeah, the wind has definitely picked up. Melville, this is where they want to be. Scrum, about 10 metres away from the line. Got the back line out, set up to the left of the pitch. Dangerous zone here for old boys. Melville looking to get some more points on the board.
Yeah, their fullbacks coming, their wingers coming across as well to the right hand side. That's where they go. There for the first 5, off to the centre. Still going, tackled 7 metres short. And old boys have been successful with the penalty. They just had their numbers at the scrum time, at front time. And it was releasing Holmes, finding a loose pass. There for Melville though, they've cleaned up and still had possession. 10 metres out from Old Boys' try line. Number 3 shuffles it off to the 4, back to the hooker. And it's leaving their feet against Melville. Once again, Old Boys have gone quick through Baylor. And this, folks, I think might be a card. That's the coat hanger.
Yeah, Melville been at 22 for a while here, but old boys just getting there, getting the rucks, making it easy for Melville, putting the pressure on. So we'll have a stoppage of time here. A ref just having a quick check to Melville.
There's not a lot of arguing you can do there. Because she kind of did just stick out the arm.
Yeah, it was rough. You can almost hear it from here.
Scrum called from Old Boys.
Yeah, with the wind going against Old Boys here, probably try and look to run it out rather than kick it here.
Kick through down towards the halfway line. Melville have cleaned it up though. A lot of yelling going on, which does happen in women's rugby quite a bit. From the sideline. Quick shuffle ball. Number 3. Oh, what a pass! What a brilliant pass. It's number 10 over the 22 metre line now. The echo though for Taniti. Brought down 5 metres outside the own 22. Coates managing to find an offload there to City Anderson. Ball up over the top. Some skill being shown here from both women's sides. Nalu trying to set it down. Baylor at the back of the ruck. Finding Coppers. Oh, she's out of 1 and 2. On the halfway line. It's for Fetilina. Oh, nice ball to Taniti. She's dancing out of a couple. Back to Tangent. And there's been a knock on. And it's an interesting little call there. Intentional knockdown against Old Boys, and things will just settle down a little bit.
Great pieces of play there from both teams, as you just mentioned.
Those passing
Cam. The offloads.
My God!
It's great to see. They've obviously put some good stuff in that orange at half time. Some really good passing, some real good plays. The ball's moving quickly. It's good to watch.
They realise they're not all Sunny Bill. I mean, they might want to be, but some of those passing. Wow. Touch finder, 5 metres outside the 22. And Melville have lost one finally. Cleaned up there by Old Boys. They're inside Melville's 22 now. Fetilina has it. Baylor looking at her options. Oh, she's knocked it on. So Melville with ball in hand. And right, there's actually a penalty advantage being played. Not releasing is the call. Melville go quick. Oh, Baylor gets bumped. Baylor gets monstered. She went low. The technique was good, but not good enough. Melville might be down on the scoreboard to that. They have been showing some promise here. So the ball being shuffled from Melville through their backs. Loose ball. Gets away from Singh. Still midway. Still just midway between the 10 metre line and half. As Coates has just been a monster all day. They might even pinch it again. No, they haven't. Melville have got it. Oh, Fetilina comes in monsters. There's an advantage being played, a penalty one. And because I'm too focused being on the camera there, that was actually the 22 metre line, not the halfway line. What are some plays that are going on in the second half, Cam?
I was just about to mention that. By golly, what a big hit from the Melville prop.
Not
Been
just,
strong running, and then obviously Old Boys, they're returning the favour with a good spot up tackle. We've been seeing it for most of the day. It's really good to watch here for the women.
As a referee, I don't mind refereeing women's rugby just because of the physicality of it.
They get really involved. It's very entertaining to watch. They get real into it. Big hits. offloads we've seen in all the second half is really cool to watch.
Of course, the 2022 Women's Rugby World Cup that was supposed to be held 2021 this year has been delayed. That will be coming up next year. Looking forward to that being hosted in New Zealand, of course. So, Old Boys player down might be Fina Tangent, who's looking a little bit worse for wear.
Melville definitely looking a lot better here in the second half. They're getting balls through to their hands, just those little finer details that they'll be looking to fix up here. Get some more points on the board, put some more pressure on Old Boys. But they're getting it wide, getting to the wingers now, which we didn't see a lot of in the first half.
And the player just managing to get to her feet. Always a good sign. A little bit of a hobble, but she's got a smile on her face at least. Old Boys have pinched a second. In for Baylor. A one-off runner through Salima. They just do exceptionally sharp halfback passing. Now Tineti with it. And gets out of a couple of tackles, easy as you like. Old Boys, they have another.
We've been saying it all day, back to basics. The old draw and pass, number 20 there, just cutting in, getting that winger to come in. Pass ball out. Little show and go from the winger there for Old Boys. And Tri-Town, they've been doing it all day. And Melville just not having an answer for the quick ball. And this will be one of Baylor's easiest kicks.
I think it is the easiest. It's not a hard one. Compared to some of the ones she's kicked. She's been putting boot to ball pretty well off the tee. So just to the left-hand upright, about 15 metres out from the goalposts. Should slot it easily. And Cam, that's the reason why you don't say that. Because he must have...
Touch wood, that's my bad. Sorry, baby.
No, that's not you, that was me. Oh, commentators curse. It's alright, the margin's 32.
39-7. Oh, actually, have we updated the score on that one?
We have
39-7 to Melville. Sorry, Old Boys. Just over 15 minutes here in the second half.
Jeez, Cam, last week it was the camera, this week it's my scoreboard. What else do you want to criticise? Kick down here from Old Boys. Down to the ball. Wobbly one.
Bit of sunshine in the eyes here as well.
Yeah.
Comes into play.
Well, the sun is basically straight in Old Boys' faces at the moment. Cates can't clean it up, but Melville can. Ball back inside. Another little fancy round the back pass has done it for Melville. You're 5 metres inside Old Boys 22. And I think pinched again from Old Boys. The box kick from Baylor hasn't really gone anywhere. Going to land in Melville's hands though. They're playing a little knock-on advantage against Old Boys. This is a mission to bring it to the ground, which they have. Melville shuffling it through their back line. Now finding the number 8. Another wacky do. Big driving tackle. And another one. Oi! Hey! They're coming in thick and fast. The big tackles. Cameron loves it. Sends me bonkers. No, just going backwards at the moment as Melville. There's a big tackle coming in from Torakina around the side of the ruck. Was legal. Melville number 7 now with it. And there's a penalty advantage being called.
Wowee.
How many big tackles can you fit in a minute, Cam?
Old boys lining up and driving Melville back here.
They've gone quick. Player stuffs their mouth guard. Make sure a mouth guard's in their mouth. The way the old boys players have been tackling, it's probably a good idea. This is a number 3. Oh, that's their third. The third rounder back pass. Someone trains a lot at home, mate. On those ones. Next thing you know, Cam, during the week I get a message and I go, you'll be number 3, won't you? You're asking for footage. Cleaned up by Melville. Inside Old Boys 22 again. The decision making that's been letting them down with ball in hand. Creeping towards the 5 metre line though. There for the number 4, finds the number 7, 2 metres short, pop ball up, and there's an advantage being played Melville's way. They tap and go. As, she reaches out. Melville have their second. And Cameron, it was due reward in the end because their pressure, as they did with their first try, just told it in the end, didn't it?
Melville, after some big hits from Old Boys, came back with a try. Again, we're seeing some cool passes, and actually I have noticed offloads that are mostly coming from the forward pack for Melville, and there's been some beauties, and I actually haven't seen one that hasn't worked so far. But Melville will be glad to get some points on the board, bit of momentum behind them.
So the conversion, 10 metres to the right hand uprights, kicking towards the CBD. Number 13 from Melville. Don't forget, coming up after this, over at Fred Jones Park, is Hamilton Old Boys taking on Hautapu in the round 1, week 3 of the Waikato draft. Men's Premiership A match is conversion, no problems. 39-14. That will be live streamed on the Waikato Rugby Facebook page. Won't be immediately after this one, as we just need to change some. Need to change location as well as some gear. Here, Anzac weekend too, don't forget. Dawn services tomorrow, street parades as well. And a day off if you're lucky on Monday. As Old Boys go the short kick, it's not going to go 10 on the bounce, will it? No, it won't. Oh, the oval ball coming in, even it doesn't know where it's going, does it?
Yeah, it can be difficult sometimes, that ball. It does bounce in all sorts of directions. That wind is quite strong at the moment. It is slowly picking up, so you'll notice the box kick a bit earlier from Baylor, and just that one there, not quite hitting the mark for Old Boys.
So scrum on halfway. Always been a fan of the sevens rule. I know sevens to help quicken up the pace, but free kicks always better, I reckon, for any kick-off infringements. So scrum and 15s though. Melville, they won't mind. They have ball in hand. Here for the number 11. Penalty advantage coming Melville's way. I don't think Tanetti rolled out of it quick enough. No, she didn't. touch finder here might be quite timely. The scoreline, though, Cam, it's not too reflective of the game, is it? I mean, Old Boys have been dominant in parts, but Melville have stayed in it and they've been promising at times.
Yeah, Melville early on in the first half there had quite a few little issues, just finer touches they need to fix up, but they've definitely come out here in the second half and improved on those little touch-ups. But yeah, it has been an evenly matched game, but yeah, the scoreboard doesn't actually reflect that quite so much.
Of course, first time both sides. Oh, there's a free kick going Old Boys' way. I think it was for a balk. The old dummy throw. Fowler gives it off to number 6 there, Nisha Hamilton. Up on the halfway line, Tahu finding Nalu. Melville sideline supporters complaining about something there. Baylor finding Simon. It's a bit of a tussle over who wants the ball.
The old big don't argue.
Yep, tangent with it, and Old Boys the third time this game penalised for leaving their feet. Best arriving players, it's something you see often now. They've got to remain on their feet. That's actually something, Cam, that has been in place since the dawn of rugby, but also penalised now, isn't it? And have we got a double penalty for the same? Yeah, I think we do. Again, the attacking team being penalised for leaving their feet.
Yeah, just on those penalties, like they have been evenly matched in terms of how many penalties each one has conceded, but Old Boys have used that quick tap actually a lot more to their advantage than Melville have. You'll see a lot of times they are quick tapping instead of kicking for touch. And Melville just slowing it down a little bit, letting Old Boys get back to the 10 metre mark, whereas Old Boys capitalising on it very quickly and very early. But we'll have a scrum here just over the halfway mark. Old Boys ball.
Scrum here for Old Boys. Meter inside their own half. Ivatahu finding Tanetti. Tanetti puts it onto her boot. And it's bouncing there for Melville. As there's a Old Boys player down in background. So, Kalira Singh. I'll have to ask him what happened there because I didn't see it. And a penalty comes
It was just as
Melville's way.
So just coming, getting the ball across, chasing that kick down. She's just obviously walked around on a different sort of angle than she normally would. It's just jarred something there in her right leg. She's hopping a little bit at the moment.
Oh, she's up.
Just getting some stretches in.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, like
Because the ball was nowhere near her.
Yeah, she just sort of just dropped, yeah.
The old snipers take her out. Maybe Mick Shoston, who's joined us in the background, took aim.
But she's up, she's walking around at the moment, so fingers crossed there's nothing serious.
Melville win their line out again. They've had a couple against their throw, but generally have been pretty good at that line out time. On the halfway line, so number 13 goes back left to the number 7. There for the number 4 on the 10 metre line, ball over the top. Oh, the number 3 with another great pass, but bundled into touch as the Melville wing. And Cam, you're just going to go to bed tonight having big dreams about these passes from the number 3, aren't you?
Big passes, big hits. We've seen it all today.
As Clara Singh looks in a bit of discomfort. So time off has been called. Twelve and a half minutes to go in this game. That's his life. So maybe an Achilles or an ankle issue for Clara Singh. Hopefully she's okay. She did not look good going down. Of course, in the men's match coming up afterwards, you got Hautapu, who went down, second loss in their third season. Defending champions, back-to-back defending champions from the last two. They lost to Fraser Tech 2010, just across the road on the other side. Hamilton Old Boys, they upset Hamilton Marist last week, which was the curtain raiser to that impeccable, I think is the adjective you could throw in there, Cam. Curtain raiser the Chiefs beating the Crusaders last week. So I think this afternoon's men's match is going to be very interesting.
Definitely looking forward to it. We've got a great view from where we'll be live streaming from as well. So we've still got a stoppage of time here. Looks like we're slowly getting back into things. The trainers are walking off. She's up but limping a little bit. It's number 14 Singh there for the Old Boys. And we'll have a line out. Old Boys ball just in front of the 22 line here. And Old Boys retain possession.
Back on camera there, Cam. Just having to do some stuff off the camera there. Old Boys shuffle it through their backs. Baylor finding one off runner. Sun's gone behind the cloud so we can see the screen a little bit better now. Oh, stays on her feet. It's good work there from Old Boys. Baylor going for her first start of the game. She's had a few runs but nothing from the back. Tossing up her options. There's a couple of bars being bumped off. And Cam, did you see what the penalty was here for?
I was trying to figure out what his hand actions were. I didn't quite catch
Might have
that.
been actually for mouth guard. Like, he pointed towards his mouth, but
Right.
it is a penalisable offence these days.
So actually not having the mouth guard.
I'm getting
And
some
probably, or-
side movements saying that it was a bit of back chat maybe.
Oh.
I love penalties for that. As a,
Coming from
referee,
I was just about to bring that up.
yeah, as a referee, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The greatest things you can penalise a player for is back chat, because I mean it's not needed. You're never going to win. Here's Old Boys Nalu with it. Oh, nice little offload. But Cam, finally another thing Melville win. It's the offload game. That one for Old Boys didn't pay off. It was their first one.
Yeah, you're exactly right there. So we'll have a scrum. Old Boys doing a really good job at getting, as we say, on the B when they're catching the ball. Legs already running when they've got the ball in hand. And unfortunately the pass just didn't go to hand this time round.
Melville just inside their own half, flying it through the backs. This little chest pass there, dragged down on the tackle. Just on halfway, Old Boys looking for it, but Melville still have it. 10 minutes to go in this match. For the number 20 off Melville. First 5 now, trying to find some territory and can't. Big tackle from Jade Coates again. Now number 3 from Melville. Watch her pass. She can run, but her pass is impeccable as well. Number 4 up over the top. Can't hang on. And there's a penalty advantage coming Melville's way. On ball over the top. Oh, big collision. That was Salima who came up off the line there. And it was another boom for Waikato moment.
We're seeing a lot of them here, especially in the second half. Old boys hunting down the Melville players at this stage. I've definitely had some highlight reels back on the live stream. And just, oh, we got a lineup coming here. Number 4, Old Boys, Jade Coates. If you haven't noticed already, she's been everywhere. Tackles, she's getting over the rucks. So we'll have a line out, Melville ball just on the 22 line.
Cleaned it up. It's Melville. It's the number 10 going in there. And now the number 3. Riding some metres once more up towards the 6 metre line. Jake Zurin telling Old Boys to get back, and at the moment it's all Melville. We go left, number 4 crashing over for Melville. Melville have their third. If there was another 5 or 10 minutes added on to this game, Cam, you never know, could you? I think time is going to run out for Melville though.
Melville looking very good here in the second half. Using the forward pack there very well. And if I do have to give a shout out to the Melville props there. Strong carries throughout the whole 80 minutes here so far. And we've even seen some pretty impressive offloads from them as well. So it's good to see Melville getting some more points on the board. 39-19 with a conversion to come.
It's about a 15-man game these days, they say. I believe full time has been called here in the development game. I think Hautapu have beaten Old Boys in that one. We still have 7 minutes left. The conversion 15 metres out, left hand touch line. Step back, comes in, kicks it. It's a decent nudge, but it's to the left. Conversion unsuccessful, 39-19.
About 7 minutes to go here in the second half. Melville looking sharper in the second half. Unfortunately, I think time's going to be there, the worst enemy here. And like Bevin mentioned, 15 more minutes could be a whole different story.
I think Old Boys too, though, they know there's no pressure for them. Well, they probably know in their heads anyway. We don't want to be conceding too many points, but oh, it's an interesting, certainly third one there, Cam. Good old leg spinner coming out. And into touch, Melville have the throw. Yellow was the call. Going to go to red though. As Old Boys have it. Baylor finding Martell. Tahu through the backs now. Nalu with it. Therefore, clear for tread away. And there's some good tackles coming in from Melville. Number 22, and knock on there in the tackle. Melville playing with a lot of vigour, Cam.
Yes, Melville definitely looking a lot more comfortable here in the second half. We'll have a scrum. Melville ball doing a good job of keeping Old Boys out again. Old Boys getting good depth when they're making those runs, especially with their back line. And Melville finally finding an answer to stop them, but a little bit too little too late.
So we have just under 4 minutes to go in this match. There's a kick from the 22. Bouncing to touch.
Nice little spiral there. You don't see that every day.
That was the old general 80s, boot to ball. Not end over end as you tend to see these days,
yes.
But yeah.
Nice kick. Yeah, surprisingly Melville haven't tried doing that a little bit earlier on. Trying to get more territory.
I think even Old Boys have put it away. They were using it a lot in that first half.
They've just been waiting it a lot, quite nice. It's getting a few bounce and putting them under pressure.
Oh, coach wins another line out for Old Boys. Baylor's waiting for something. Finds Salima. 5 metres inside their own half, still as Old Boys. Up over halfway now. And a penalty. Not releasing is the call. Old Boys, they have been a bit standoffish on attack at ruck time, and it's been costing them on the occasion. Melville with a penalty on the halfway line. Warriors is the call. I can't tell you what that is. Great tackle going in there. Melville have it. No, they don't. There for the number 22 from the Old Boys. Baylor finds Salima. Coates with it. She has had a couple of runs, but it's been more defensive work. Tanetti towards the 22-metre line as bodies are being flung all over the place. Now for Martell. Salima peering everywhere. Nice little offloads here from Old Boys. Dinking and jiving round. Tackled down 7 metres short of the try line. Can they score one of their own? Back. Martell now, penalty advantage coming. Finds Simon, who's been very quiet in the second half. Going to have to tackle her before she scores. Tanetti. And crashes over. I missed it. The tangent gets there in the end. Cameron just showed the Old Boys have just shown the class, haven't they?
Yeah, they'll be happy to end it on a high. Strong run there. Like I mentioned a bit earlier, Old Boys doing a very good job at getting that ball at pace. And it just goes to show there, when you're that close to the line and someone's running that hard, they're pretty hard to stop.
So there might be another Old Boys player receiving a bit of a knock. I think that's Atomi Oka. But she looks all right. Got a little crowd out here for the women's game, isn't there, Cam? As I said earlier, Hamilton Old Boys Club Day being Anzac weekend.
Yep, good crowd. It's been a good game as well, great to watch. It's good to see these ladies, a bit of mongrel in them. We've seen it all. Big hits, a number of offloads, quite a few tries.
Plenty of tries at 44-19. Baylor, she's out on that 6 metre touchline, left hand side again.
She's had a bit of practice here. Slots it.
Great nudge. Very good nudge. And that is full time, folks. Hamilton Old Boys have taken this one out 46-19. Thanks very much for tuning in to the women's match. We are going to quickly get over to Fred Jones Park and we will be bringing you very shortly Hamilton Old Boys taking on Hautapu, round 1, week 3 of the Waikato Draft Premier Men's Competition. For now, thanks very much for tuning in. Hamilton Old Boys 46 over Melville 19 in the women's.